Another type of unconscious bias that can be problematic is what we call beauty bias. And beauty bias is based on the idea that we have a tendency during these recruitment and selection processes to go after people who are quote unquote relatively attractive. And I'm going to give you 3 examples. We call these the 3 A's of this attractiveness. And the first A is probably not one you're going to be surprised at. And let me point out that when I talk about these 3 A's, I'm talking about these tend to be the characteristics of people that we hire, the characteristics of people we bring into organizations. And they tend to have these 3 A's. The first A is not a surprise, is attractive. The second A is probably not going to be a surprise either. It's articulate. And particularly if you're trying to hire a speaker, that's probably a good idea. You probably want to bring somebody who's articulate, who's erudite, who can put some words together and do so in ways that could be uplifting and inspiring to people. So that makes a lot of sense. But the third A, I bet, is going to be a surprise to you. Anybody know what the third A is? Above average height. Yes, above average height. Now, we do not have the time to do a deep drill on this concept. But if you're interested, check out some of the work that Malcolm Gladwell has done, his book, Blink, and some of his subsequent work. But I want to give you 2 examples of this whole notion that looking at height is an unconscious bias that has manifested itself significantly in our recruitment and selection processes. The first is as follows. In the US, less than 15% of males are over 6 feet tall. However, nearly 60% of US Fortune 500 CEOs are over 6 feet tall. Likewise, less than 4% of US males are over 6 feet 2 inches tall, yet nearly 30% of US Fortune 500 CEOs are over 6 feet 2 inches tall. Now here's the thing that's interesting about this, and I think I can say this with absolute assuredness and absolute confidence, and I want to emphasize this because I think this is a good example of how the unconscious bias process can manifest itself in the things that we do. I am very confident about the following. I do not believe that anywhere in America is there a person or a group of people who are responsible for a recruitment and selection process, getting the staff of people who are going to facilitate that process together, going into a room, dimming the lights, huddling up close, and in a hushed tone saying the following. Let's go hire some tall people. I don't think anybody is doing that, yet we see this dynamic where a lot of times, and for a lot of different positions, we're hiring a disproportionate number of people who are tall. So that's what unconscious bias is and the potential problems with it.